Hi, everybody. It's Friday, May 29th. Happy Friday. We're going to do a quick 30-minute class today. We're just going to hit all the major areas of the body that we hold physical stress in. So that'll be the hips, the shoulders, the neck, the back, that sort of thing. So please grab a bunch of pillows and yoga blocks if you have them in a blanket. We're definitely going to use them, especially in the beginning. We're probably going to use a lot of pillows in the beginning. So we're going to set up in a restorative pose to start. It's called reclined bound angle pose. So you're going to need a couple pillows. You're going to need one pillow for underneath each of your legs. So it's two pillows, and then a couple pillows to lay back on. So again, just grab a bunch of props and I'll show you guys how to get set up in this first position, this first posture. And then again, it'll just be a quick 30-minute thing. So we'll move through a little bit of restorative poses and some stretches for the hips and the shoulders as well. So grab, you're gonna want, if you have yoga blocks, I'll show you how to set up with yoga blocks and then without. So if you have yoga blocks, you're gonna want one at the very top of your mat on the highest level, and then one at the lowest level right below that. And then you're gonna set up a pillow. Ideally, it's like this long sort of lumbar pillow so that it's at an angle. If you don't have blocks, you could just set up a pillow or a foam roller. If you have a foam roller, that works too, but you sort of set up two pillows like this and then one long lumbar pillow like that so that you have this one at an angle. And then, let's see, so there's my setup. And there we go. And then you're gonna set yourself up so that I added just a little bit of a blanket there, so that your sit bones are right against the edge of the pillow. And then you're gonna have two more pillows, and you're gonna place them underneath. You're gonna take the soles of your feet together, and your knees are out open wide. And you're essentially going to set yourself up so that you're laying back on this reclined pillow. And then you're going to pull the soles of your feet in towards your groin, and then place these pillows underneath your thighs so that you have just this comfortable space to start. And then allow your neck to rest back on the pillow. Get yourself as comfortable as you can. And then just take your arms out next to you. And your shoulders should definitely be sort of open up wide, right? Your shoulders should be dropping on either side dropping towards the floor on either side of the pillow that you're resting on. And go ahead and close your eyes here and start to take some deeper breaths. Bringing all of your awareness to the mat and to your breath. Letting your body be heavy in the pillows, letting gravity melt you into the pillows and into the mat. See if you can drag out the breath as long as you can so that your inhales are the same length as your exhales. Breathing deeply. Allowing everything else that you have going on today or had going on before this to just float away, drop away. as we bring all of our focus to the present moment. Make sure that you're really pulling in the breath through the belly as you inhale and expanding into the rib cage and in the belly and the chest. And then as you exhale, allowing the belly to sink down towards your spine. Go ahead and take one more deep breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to take your hands on the outer thighs and just pull your knees together. Remove those pillows out of the way. You're going to start by tucking your chin into your chest and then pressing yourself up using the back of your hand, or using your hands off of those props. And then we're going to remove all the props out of the way. And we're going to come all the way down to our backs. Draw your right knee in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your right knee. Take a deep breath in and feel the compression in the right side hip flexor. Deep breath out. Inhale through the nose. See if you can take the knee out towards the right armpit. And breathe here. Feeling the belly press into the right thigh as you inhale. And exhale out. See if you can reach down with your right hand and grab the outer edge of your right foot. And then start to take your right heel up so that your right heel and your right foot is over your knee. And then you can take the outside of your elbow and press it on the inside of your knee for half happy baby. So again, before our elbow is on the outside of our knee, I'm moving my elbow so that it's on the inside of my knee and I can press that knee. I can press into the knee with my elbow. Keep the left leg extended straight and engaged. So we're just in half happy baby here, and we're stretching the inner groin, the inner thighs, and the hips. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to grab the right knee with the left hand and guide that left knee across your body, guide the right knee across your body over towards the left side of your mat. Keep your right shoulder planted on the floor and find a twist on the mat. So just a gentle supine twist to start. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out. Breathe in through the nose. And then exhale, gently return back to center. You're going to extend the right leg straight out in front of you and then draw your left knee into your chest. Grab your knee with both of your hands and pull it in tight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. See if you can take your left knee in towards your left armpit as you inhale. Exhale. See if you can grab that outer right edge of your foot with your left hand and take your heel up over your knee for half happy baby. See if you can get the elbow on the inside of the knee. Keep that right leg straight and stretched and engaged. And take a deep breath in. Feel the stretch through the inner thigh and then the inner hip. Deep breaths. On your next exhale, grab the left knee with the right hand and guide the left knee across your body over towards the right side, keeping the left shoulder planted on the mat. Open the left arm out wide. And find the twist. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly make your way back to center, extending both legs straight out in front of you. Take your arms up overhead And stretch yourself in opposite directions. So pointing the toes, stretching the legs long, rolling the ankles, and then reaching up with your fingertips overhead, rolling out the wrists. Just make yourself nice and long here. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Grab your hamstrings behind your legs and then just start to rock and roll up and down the spine. We're eventually going to make our way onto all fours in tabletop. So get some momentum, maybe cross your legs and fold forward over your legs to transition into tabletop position. So in tabletop, our shoulders are stacked right over our wrists and our knees are right over our hips. Our hips are right over our knees. As you inhale from tabletop, you're going to start to drop your belly down towards the earth, lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling, press your chest through your shoulders, pull your shoulder blades together, and then tip your chin up. So this is cow pose. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to take your tailbone down towards the floor, pull your belly in towards your spine, puff up the upper back, and round the upper back by pressing into the palms, and then take your chin into your chest. This is cat pose. As we inhale, we'll move back into cow, so drop the belly low, lift the tailbone, lift the chest forward, and look up. And then as you exhale, take your tailbone down towards the floor, pull the navel in towards the spine, round the upper back, and take your chin into your chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale, come back to tabletop position, neutral spine. You're going to walk your hands all the way to the front of your mat. And then you may need to shift your knees back a little bit more. We're going to start to melt our chest down towards the floor. But we're going to keep it's almost like we're coming into child's pose with our upper body, but we're keeping our hips stacked directly over our knees. So it's called puppy pose. So you're going to continue reaching the arms forward as you sink the chest, keeping the arms straight, sink the chest down towards the mat. And your elbows and your forearms may come down to the mat. Your forehead may come down to the mat. But what we want to see if we can do is roll our biceps up towards the ceiling and roll the triceps down towards the mat. And you may find that you can rest the chest onto the mat. You may find that you can even take your chin onto the mat, just depending on how open the back is, and the spine and the shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and a deep breath out. One more inhale breath, and exhale out. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to pull your belly in towards your spine. Press into the palms to start puffing up the back like we're coming into cat pose. And we're just pulling ourselves out of this position. Start to walk your knees forward so you can go back into tabletop position. And then you're going to take your knees out wide, and now we're really coming into child's pose here. So take your knees wide, almost as wide as your mat. Take the toes to touch together, sink your hips back, and then just reach your arms out in front of you. You can, if you find that your chest and your forehead do not reach the mat here in child's pose, you can place a long pillow underneath so that your chest and forehead have something to rest on. And then if this is tough on your knees, you can place a blanket on top of your calves so that it's resting in the crease of your knees. So you have a little bit of cushion there for the knees. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Last breath in. And then as you exhale, press yourself back into tabletop position. You're going to walk your hands out almost to the front of your mat so that they're a little bit farther forward. Then you're going to tuck your toes underneath you. Start to lift the knees off of the mat. And then straighten the legs and your mount. Press your chest back towards your shins. And see if you can get your biceps in line with the ears. So our feet should be hips width distance apart. Hands should be shoulder width distance apart. Fingers are spread as wide as they go. You may slip a little bit at first, but that will, your hands will sort of settle in. And then you might find that your shin or your calves and your hamstrings are really tight, so you can start to pedal out one leg at a time, bending one knee at a time. So just open up those calves and the hamstrings. And then the same concept here as in puppy pose. You really want to roll the biceps up towards the ceiling and your triceps down towards the mat. So we want to rotate our arms in that direction so that we can support the shoulder joint rather than sinking into the shoulders. We're really activating the back muscles, the side rib cage, serratus anterior, all that good stuff. And our gaze is back at our toes. Again, ears should be in line with the bicep. Navel is pulling in towards the spine. And we're really pressing firmly out of the hands so that we can get a little bit lighter in the wrist and create some length and extension in the spine. Heels are sinking down towards the mat, and they don't have to touch. They just want to sort of be pushing in that direction. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, come up onto your tippy toes and start to walk forward to the front of the mat to meet your hands. Place your feet hips width distance apart. So that's generally your second toe is right in line with your front hip bone, and that's hips width distance apart. Bend generously into the knees and just rest your ribs on top of your thighs. Grab opposite elbows for a nice ragdoll forward fold. Let your upper body hang really, really heavy here. See if you can shift your weight forward into the toes and the balls of the feet so you can get your hips a little bit higher over the heels. Deep breath in through the nose. And a deep breath out. Breath in. And then as you exhale, release the elbows. Fingertips come to the earth. As you inhale, you're going to start to rise up halfway. Take your hands to your shins and see if you can come to a point where you can get your back really long and flat. So the crown of the head is reaching forward. The back is super flat. And then we're taking our shoulders away from our ears. Weight comes to the toes of the feet. Pull your navel in towards your spine. Don't let your ribs sort of splay out here. We want a tight core. And then bend into the knees. Take your hands into prayer and just rise all the way to standing. From standing, same sort of sensations here, or same sort of movement here with the body. We want to be able to take our tailbone down towards the floor, front hip bones up towards our chest, up towards our shoulders. Low belly pulls in towards the spine, and then the ribs are sort of drawing together. Shoulder blades come down the back, so you have plenty of space between your shoulders and your ears. And then our hands are in prayer in front of us. Feel the ground sort of rooting down, or feel your feet rooting down into the mat, all four corners of your feet, each toe. Feel that gripping of your feet onto the mat. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Take your biceps next to your ears. Palms should be facing one another. And then as you exhale, take your hands together, hinge at the hips, and start to bow forward into a forward fold. Release the hands, release the fingertips onto the mat. As you inhale, come into that halfway lift with the hands and the shins. Finding a long flat back, weight is in the toes, crown of the head reaching forward. And then exhale, just fold forward again. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up overhead as you stand up. And then as you exhale, you're taking your hands through center in prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, sweeping up overhead. And then exhale, we're hinging at the hips and bowing forward for a forward fold. Inhale, come into that halfway lift, finding a long flat back. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise all the way up to standing. The arms come up overhead. And then exhale, hands come through prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms come up overhead. And then exhale, hands come through prayer in front of your heart. So for a couple sun salutations. And then for the last couple minutes, we're just going to do a little bit of hip work and then pull it down. So you're going to take your right knee and take it take it up, and then you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. Sit back like we're in a sort of chair pose, but our knee is over our ankle. This is a standing figure 4. So you should feel a nice stretch in the outer right hip here. Keep your hands in prayer. This is a little bit of balance work here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to stand up straight. Keep that right leg raised up. You're going to cross the right knee over the left knee. Come into eagle pose. So we're sitting down. You can either use the right toes as a kickstand, or you can go for a full wrap and wrap the right toes behind the left quad. And then with the hands, you take the arms out wide like a T, cross the left arm underneath the right, so elbows are sort of stacking the same way that the arms are. And you can either take the backs of your hands together or go for the full wrap by wrapping the left fingertips around into the right palm. So the arms look like this. If it's unattainable, if your shoulders are too tight for that, then you want to take the backs of your hands together. If not, if you can get the full wrap where you wrap the left fingertips around. So we're taking one more deep breath here. Sitting low if we can. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, you're going to release, place the right foot next to the left. We're going to take the arms out wide and then clasp our hands behind us. And then we're just going to fold forward, taking our hands overhead to release the shoulders. Pull the shoulder blades away from your ears. Pull them together. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release the grip of the hand gently. Come up halfway as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. The arms come up overhead. And then as you exhale, hands come in prayer in front of your heart. As you inhale, take that left knee up. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Cross the left ankle over the right knee and sit back into standing figure 4. Keep the left foot flexed as you inhale. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Inhale to come back to standing, knee stays lifted. And then as you exhale, you're going to cross the left knee over the right, come into eagle on the other side, either using the left toes as a kickstand or going for the full wrap. And then arms come out wide. You're going to cross the right arm underneath the left, elbows stacking, and then either go for the full wrap or take the backs of the hands together. Take a deep breath in, sit a little bit lower. Exhale out. Deep breath in, squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your calves together. Exhale out. One more breath in. And then exhale, rise all the way to standing. Place the left foot next to the right. Take the arms out wide. Clasp your hands behind you. Opposite thumb on top this time. So whatever sort of unnatural thumb feels, or the unnatural way, that's the way you want to go. And then you're just going to fold forward, taking arms up overhead. Deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale, release. Fingertips come down to the earth. You're going to come up onto your tippy toes and then crouch and curl in. So I'm curling myself into this tight little ball. Deep breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, you're going to come down to your heels, like release the heels. You're just going to walk yourself back to a seat. So here's where you're going to need either if you have a yoga block, use a yoga block, or if you have a firm pillow, grab a really firm pillow, or 2 or 3, depending on what you would like here. So we're going to come down to our backs, and we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So from here, you want your feet hips-width distance apart. Scoot your tailbone closer to your heels so that when you reach down with your hands, you can actually graze your fingertips. And then you're going to press into the tops of the feet to lift your hips up using the strength of your quads and your glutes. Lift your hips up so high that you can slide that pillow or a block or a couple pillows right underneath your sacrum. So your sacrum is the bony part above your tailbone and below your lumbar spine. And then take your arms out next to you with the palms facing up. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Last breath, inhale 1. And then as you exhale, press into the press into the feet to lift your hips high once again to remove that block or that prop, whatever you've got underneath, move that out of the way. And then you're just going to take your knees into your chest and then straighten the legs up towards the ceiling, keeping the feet flexed for the moment. And we're just going to hold here for 5 breaths. This is legs up the wall pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2. Exhale out. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale out. So we're going to slowly lower all the way down our legs. I'm going to count down from 10. So you're going to do this as slow as possible. So take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just release your heels down. Take your legs out a little bit wider. Let the outer edges of your feet flop open. Take your arms out next to you by your sides with your palms facing up. See if you can lift your tailbone off of the mat and sort of pull it down towards your heels so that you're resting more in your sacrum. And then do the same thing with your shoulder blades. Lift them off of the mat and pull them together underneath you so you have a nice broadening collarbone. Go ahead and close the eyes. And notice if there's anywhere in your body that you're still sort of like gripping or squeezing or holding some tension. Take this time to let go of that, like let go of that tension that you're holding. Just relax that part of the body. Unclench the jaw, unfurrow your brow. Lips should be slightly parted. Tongue is removed from the roof of your mouth. Eyes are gently fluttered shut. Just enjoy these final moments in Shavasana. Please stay here as long as you'd like. I encourage you to stay here for like at least 5 minutes if you can. Otherwise, just a few minutes of relaxation, and I'm just going to shut off the video and mute it, but it'll keep going. So thank you guys so much for joining, and hopefully that was nice for you guys. Thank you.